Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Flame Emperor episode number 576 based on novel. So let's start. Time flies, and before you know it, more than a month has passed since the first battle in the Kingdom of Angels. During this period, the situation in the entire Dacian world also became completely turbulent. The first to bear the brunt of it was that the power leaders who secretly accompanied the center of the human world, the Slaughter Angel and other powerhouses who had participated in the siege of the Xiao family were uneasy, and they were all afraid of the endless Flame Alliance Xiao clan's revenge, but now the Xiao clan's attitude is detached, and there is no unilateral solution. In the face of great right and wrong, the family's enmity can only be put aside. Although they are said to be the mainstay of the world today, the prestige of the Xiao family cannot be desecrated. In January, there were too many changes in other parts of the Great Thousand World. The first is the Kingdom of Angels. With the fall of the Slaughtering Angel, the Kingdom of Angels has regained its former glory, and then the previous Queen of Angels appeared to reveal the crimes of the Killing Angels, and together with the King of Fallen Angels, the Kingdom of Angels was rectified and the Curse of the Knights was lifted. Although the overall strength is not as good as when the Slaughter Angel was in power, the members of the Angel Kingdom and the power of the angels are still the mainstay of dealing with the center of the human world, or the evil race outside the territory. Then came the Ghost Realm under the Endless Flame Alliance. The two realms of the Demon Realm were attacked by the evil tribes outside the realm. The two areas were full of corpses, blood dripping, and even the air was rendered bloody. That kind of fierce battle all touching the heart. But the strange thing is that among the army of foreign evil tribes attacking the Ghost World and the Devil World, the strength of the evil powerhouse is basically the same as that of the two worlds. Those who are similar to the 9-layer reincarnation or the semigod level powerhouse did not come forward, but instead it's more like disappearing. For this reason, it also caused the fear in the hearts of countless creatures in the two regions to spread everywhere. With the arrival of the support army of the Endless Flame Alliance, the crisis was resolved. In addition, in other parts of the Great Thousand World, there are invariably figures of foreign evil races, and it seems that the second battle between heaven and earth is imminent. Endless Fire Domain, Endless Altar. In the hot and sacred void, Zunna's four daughters, the Holy King, the Golden Dragon King, the Thunder Lord and other high-level leaders gathered together, and their eyes were all filled with a touch of solemnity. Even if they inexplicably got the Tongtian lock to enter the center of the human world, they did not act rashly. During this period, they have been collecting information about the center of the human world. This battle is of great importance, and there must be a surefire strategy. Otherwise, if the human world center and the evil race outside the territory join forces, the danger will only skyrocket. I plan to use the power of the shrine to thoroughly spy on the center of the human world. Xiao Yan calmly glanced around, and then said indifferently, the current plan seems to be the only better way. The bones of the dragon god were completely fused, reaching the divine body. It was almost impossible for ordinary fighting techniques to cause any substantial damage to Xiao Yang. In addition to the transformation of the 9th-level spiritual palace, the spiritual palace has been completely transformed into a 10-level shrine. The power of the soul of the gods has allowed Xiao Yang to gradually touch the peak of this world, even some kind of invisible restriction. That wonderful feeling is not like the original Do Qi continent, trying to break through the Do Emperor but lacking some kind of origin Qi, but more like there is some kind of elusive power in this world, in the limit, suppressing the promotion and growth of their power. Today's Xiao Yang, the Flame God Cauldron, the Devil's Robe, the Double God Realm, and the Half-God rank, I am afraid that under the Quasi-God, they are no longer invincible. The only people who make him fear the most are the two people in the center of the human world and the leader outside the realm. Well, let's do it. The Holy King and Xiao Tianming glanced at each other, and naturally knew Xiao Yang's concerns. Now, the powers of the Endless Flame Alliance are like clouds, but in order to resist the evil races outside the realm, it is naturally impossible to attack the center of the human world. Xiao Yang's voice just fell, his eyes were slightly closed and he sat cross-legged in the void. A strange wave swept across the depths of his mind like a ripple. It was an inexplicably powerful soul force, and it just appeared and spread out everywhere. Invisible ripples surging rapidly, driving Xiao Yang's thoughts, shrouding this sky world, passing by quickly, as if looking for something. After a long time, Xiao Yang's body moved slightly, and an extremely powerful pressure slowly emerged from the depths of his mind, and the picture Xiao Yang saw through his soul power induction was also very clearly presented in front of everyone. Everyone looked at it, but they were surprised to find that the picture in front of them was a grey world at first, and with the exploration of Xiao Yang's soul power, it gradually became clear. In the grey world, there is a lonely island floating in a world of flames. The raging fire in that flame world is burning to the extreme, and even the ordinary 9-layer reincarnation-level powerhouse cannot easily resist. The island is about 100 feet long, and its whole body is pitch black. At first glance, it looks like a quiet and crawling wild beast. The violent aura released invisibly is chilling. This is the residence of the World Master at the center of the human world. Xiao Tianming looked at the gloomy island in the picture and couldn't help taking a deep breath. There seemed to be some kind of terrifying fluctuation that suffocated them. The sight is surging, and I can only vaguely see the depths of the isolated island. There is a very huge square. The ground of the square is full of pitch-black rock crystals. There are even dozens of white jade pillars surrounding each other on the square, forming an extremely large square. The strange arrangement has dizzying runes spread out on it. In the center of these white jade stone pillars, there are countless chains covered with blazing flames, and at the end of the chains is a soul body with an extremely painful expression. Even on the forehead of this extremely weak soul body, some kind of illusory thing flickered loomingly. That is, the Xiao clan pattern. Second Elder, Xiao Bao? Watching this scene, the Holy King and Xiao Tianming exclaimed at the same time. The shock in their eyes is indescribable. Second Elder, why? The Dark King seemed puzzled, and immediately asked aloud. You don't know something? Although the strength of the Second Elder was only close to the level of the 9th level reincarnation, but for the accomplishments of the Battle Formation Master, I am afraid that it is the best in the world. A rare dignified expression gradually appeared in the eyes of the Holy King. What is this World Master at the center of the human world planning? And just when Xiao Yang's soul force was trying to investigate further, on the strange square, a gloomy light suddenly flashed past me, and a dark palm stretched out from the dark shadow. The soul power released by Xiao Yang was completely crushed away. Fart. The scattered soul power was destroyed. Xiao Yang suddenly opened his eyes, and a mouthful of blood spurted out. Although there was no serious problem, he was still shocked by the strange shadow. That guy doesn't seem to be the central world master of the human world. The next moment, before everyone could open their mouths, Xiao Yang said something unexpectedly, because judging from the latter's attack and actions just now, it is clear that he has a completely different character and habits from the human realm world lord. It's just that the power of that shadow, at least the demigod rank, is what puzzled Xiao Yang the most. The center of the human world. I am afraid it is already a dangerous place now. As Xiao Yang opened his eyes instantly became heavy. As we all know, Xiao Yuntian, the leader outside the realm, is a quasi-god rank powerhouse who has stepped into the dual god realm. He is only one step away from Do Shunju, but after a long period of reincarnation, the strength of the two is still the same at the quasi-god level. There are probably some unknown things in it. Now, although Xiao Yang has stepped into the realm of dual gods, he is only at the demigod level. The most important thing is the strength of the World Master at the center of the human world, whose identity is unknown, which undoubtedly caused a great obstacle to the Endless Flame Alliance. The center of the human world must go, but it is still necessary to beware of foreign evil races. The Holy King is also in a trance, even he is not fully sure. The Kingdom of Angels may be a good help. After a while, Zuna made a slight voice, as if thinking of something. The Kingdom of Angels? Let's rectify the troops first. I will go to the Kingdom of Angels, and when I return, I will set off for the center of the human world. After Xiao Yang finished speaking, he hurried to the holy city of the Kingdom of Angels. This trip to the center of the human world, if I can get the help of the Kingdom of Angels, I am afraid it will become a lot easier. What happened? Under the crack of Yang Yuan in the center of the human world, and above the isolated island in the center of the flame world, a gloomy darkness loomed. There's not much time left for you. After a while, the place was calm again. Kingdom of Angels, Holy City. Today, there are 2 angel queens and Xiao Yang standing here. I came this time to fight for the human world center. After a simple conversation, Xiao Yang thoroughly explained the ins and outs of the matter, but looking at the angel queen Qing Yuan who had just taken office, he was still a little surprised. Even if he knew the identity of the latter for a long time, and now he saw it with his own eyes, he was still a little surprised. Inevitably a shock. The Kingdom of Angels will spare no effort to help the Endless Flame Alliance. This time, I will accompany you to the center of the human world. Qing Yuan's behavior was very elegant, and then he spoke softly, his voice filled with a calm look and a touch of coercion. At the end of the retreat, after obtaining the inheritance of the previous angel queen Qingyang, as well as the angel scepter, the angel holy soul and other items, Qingyuan's strength soared directly to the peak of the ninefold reincarnation, and even the soul power has a vague ability to step into the realm of the gods. Trace. Since that's the case, it's not too late, let's set off tomorrow. This is the core battle of our great world. Xiao Yang's voice was filled with rare anxiety. The world master in the center of the human world, this guy has a divine weapon, and he has a certain flame in the holy flame, and his strength has already reached the level of ecstasy. And I vaguely remember that the holy flame in his hand is the only one with a weak divinity among the many holy flames. After a short while, Queen Qingyan's slender eyelashes blinked slightly, as if trying to recall something. Holy flame with divine nature. What, divinity? I don't know, but the only thing that is certain is that it is a power that surpasses demigods and quasi-gods. It seems to be something related to fighting gods. Brother Xiao Yang, I'll take the place of Angel Kingdom and apologize to you. It was not until Queen Qingyang left the hall that Qing Yuan pouted and stared at Xiao Yang with big watery eyes. If it wasn't for the slaughtering angel's willful act, how could the Xiao family have become so miserable? Now that Qing Yuan is the Queen of Angels, it is natural that he feels a little guilty about what happened in the past. You girl. Xiao Yang looked at Qing Yuan, who was so thoughtful, and for a moment seemed to return to the time when he first entered the Dodi continent when the two met. He immediately stretched out his broad palm and slowly rubbed Qing Yuan's forehead, looking extraordinarily intimate. Bullshit. Qing Yuan is now the queen of my kingdom of angels. How could she accompany Xiao Yang to the center of the human world for her own selfishness? Absurd, simply ridiculous. No, I want to meet the angel queen. As Qing Yuan promulgated a series of strategies, the entire kingdom of angels became uproar, and some powerful angel royals and even the elites of the knights roared. The angel of slaughter has fallen, and the power of the kingdom of angels has fallen. The Queen of Angels is the foundation of the kingdom of angels. She is running out at this time. If something goes wrong, I am afraid that the situation of the kingdom of angels will become even more unbearable. However, in the face of the many roaring opinions in the kingdom of angels, he was slowly suppressed by him. Obviously, the growth of Qing Yuan during these years is obvious to all. In the Endless Flame Alliance. These are the ins and outs of your Xiao clan. In the courtyard of the mistress's mansion, the Holy King gathered with the Xiao clan and others, as if to explain the little-known events from the beginning of the war between heaven and earth to the present. In the First World War, the foreign evil clan was eyeing the Great Thousand World, and countless proud sons of the sky were desperate to intercept the foreign evil clan. At the final decisive battle, the Xiao clan, the Dragon clan and other peak forces in the Great Thousand World joined forces to resist and repel the foreign evil clan. It was also at that time that the powerhouses headed by the Slaughter Angel and the Human World Center, because of their fear of the Xiao clan and the Dragon clan, secretly murdered. The former first race in the Great Thousand World, the Xiao clan, and countless vassal races completely disappeared. The guardians are scattered everywhere, and even the elites of the clan have suffered heavy casualties. Now the strong people of the Xiao clan can see the sun again, but those grievances in the past will never be easily resolved now. Of course, all this needs to wait until the Second World War is completely over. Among the residences of the evil tribes outside the territory, the base camp of the Buddhist world. The first one. Now that the Endless Flame Alliance and the Kingdom of Angels have reached a consensus, they will send troops to attack the center of the human world tomorrow. In the Buddha cave, a series of extremely incongruous voices sounded, obviously filled with extreme ecstasy. This guy from the human world realm lord, who has planned for thousands of years, really think that Doshin has such an easy breakthrough? It's ridiculous. The voice of the leader outside the realm was indifferent, as if he had expected it for a long time. Gather the powerhouses above the 8th reincarnation rank of our clan, and secretly follow the Endless Flame Alliance to the center of the human world tomorrow. When necessary, help the Endless Flame Alliance. Yes. The faint voice fell, and the final contest in this world slowly began to kick off. The first seat. A certain evil tablet in the altar just suddenly shattered, and the Earth Protector, FA has fallen. Before the silence lasted for a moment, a trembling voice emerged. This is the guardian who is responsible for guarding the evil monument among the foreign evil clan. The evil monument records the life imprints of all the powerhouses of the foreign evil clan. The breaking of the evil monument also indicates that the soul will be scattered. I see, let's go. It seems that we still need to plan ahead. At this moment, the speculation in the heart of the foreign leader became stronger. Brother Xiao Yang, the time has come, it's time to leave. In the depths of the mistress's mansion, Zuna was all dressed in uniform, looking at the closed door in front of her with a gentle smile on her face. Obviously, she also knew that Xiao Yang had waited for this day in order to restore the glory of the Xiao family. Too long. Squeak. The door was pushed in response, and Xiao Yang walked out of it slowly. After last night's conditioning, Xiao Yang's combat power can be said to have reached its true peak. With the appearance of Xiao Yang, the air and energy of the entire mistress's mansion became calmer. It seemed that the survival and death of everything here were just within Xiao Yang's thoughts. Sister Yunyun and I will go with you on this trip. Seeing Xiao Yang's calm appearance, Zuna also said with a smile, and hurriedly opened her mouth after weighing it. Well, let's go. Xiao Yang originally wanted to scold Zuna, but looking at the stubbornness on the latter's face, he could only look at Zuna near and Yunyun in the distance with a doting face, and immediately raised his head to look at the endless altar at this place. With the vast power of Xiao Yang's soul in the divine realm, it is naturally easy to feel that there are a large number of majestic breaths already waiting for battle. That is where the elites of the Endless Flame Alliance are located. With the Battle of the Underworld and the Battle of the Kingdom of Angels, the power of the Endless Flame Alliance is booming. After a short while, Xiao Yang, together with the two women, got up and swept into the void, heading towards the large army. This matter is very important, will it? When the three of them disappeared completely, two slender voices slowly poured out of the mansion. Looking at the departing figure, they couldn't help but say, "Our mission is to protect the Endless Fire territory." Cai Lin is quite free and easy, because she knows Xiao Yang's character, and the battle of the demigod rank today is obviously not something they can intervene. Instead of worrying about the world, it's better to do your job well. When Xiao Yang and the other three arrived at the endless altar, there were countless black shadows in the void. The power of reincarnation and the terrifying fighting spirit rising from the bodies of many strong men formed a majestic and terrifying aura. There is a sense of vastness. Reached. With the appearance of the three, Xiao Tianming and the Golden Dragon King walked out of the crowd and immediately came to Xiao Yang's side. Seeing the terrible fluctuations on Xiao Yang's body, there was an inexplicable taste in their eyes. It seems that the current Xiao Yang is not comparable to the Holy King and Xiao Tianming. His strength has already reached a certain chilling level. Such a big battle. Seeing all the elite teams of the Endless Flame Alliance gathered behind him, Xiao Yang also smacked his tongue. This time, the Endless Flame Alliance will not come out in full force, but the battle at the center of the human world is of great importance, and corresponding combat power must be dispatched. This war, led by Alliance leader Xiao, Senior Xiao Tianming, Senior Golden Dragon King, and two powerful men from the center of the original human world, led thousands of reincarnation-level powerhouses together. The remaining senior Saint Kings, the King of Beasts, the King of Darkness and others will guard the headquarters to prevent foreign evil races from taking the opportunity to attack. Among the crowd, a woman who was also wearing a military uniform stepped forward slightly, and immediately said with a resolute look. It's just that no one noticed that some faint aura in the woman's body was looming, and that aura seemed to be aimed only at Xiao Yang. Yun Qi. Hearing this sweet voice, Xiao Yang couldn't help but look up and was slightly startled when he saw this familiar figure. The strength of the latter is only worthy of reincarnation, and now in the Endless Flame Alliance, is the status so high? Yun Qi and Yuan Yang are now the elites of the Endless Flame Alliance. With their soul power and formation power, I am afraid that in the entire Endless Flame Alliance, there are not many people who can compare with them. Looking at this scene, Yun explained with a smile. I will focus on matters in the base camp outside the underworld and the Buddha realm. There is me at the headquarters of the Endless Flame Alliance, so you can rest assured. Before leaving, the Holy King and others also completely eliminated Xiao Yang's worries, and even secretly gave Xiao Yang the source of holy flame in everyone in the Endless Fire domain. For this battle at the center of the human world, it can be said to be well prepared. In that case, let's go. Go. As soon as the voice fell, a group of elite teachers headed by Xiao Yang surged, directly stepping into the huge passage derived from the Tongtian lock, and set off towards the center of the human world. At the moment when the Endless Flame Alliance army set off, many powerhouses of the Angel Kingdom set off at the same time. The confluence of the two major forces, even if the center of the human world is facing each other, is probably in jeopardy. At this moment, countless fiery gazes in the Great Thousand World were all watching the actions of Xiao Yang and the others. The shadow of the Great Thousand World finally began to shake at this moment. This battle will not only resolve the grievances of the Xiao clan in the past, but even the pattern of the Great Thousand World will be completely changed after this battle. The center of the human world stands in the depths of the human world, the most vast area of the world. The terrain here is hidden and mysterious. Even if the two masters of the ice and snow cave, the two masters who used to be in the center of the human world, would not be able to leave the center of the human world and enter here again without the approval and token of the center of the human world. This is the center of the human world. The mystery of the place. The place where the center of the human world exists seems to be a mystery, and almost no creature knows its specific place of existence. Fortunately, the artifact Tongtian Lock was born from the spiritual energy of the world in the center of the human world. Therefore, after Xiao Yan used it, he directly used the power of the artifact to connect to the center of the human world. Hoo-hoo! There was a gust of wind between the heavens and the earth, energy surged, and a mighty army suddenly emerged from a dazzling crack, and immediately stepped into an extremely unfamiliar area. Here, this seems to be the Qianyuan Mountains. It wasn't until his eyes that he had a complete view of the space. Here the Lord of the Ice and Snow 10,000 Frost Cave spoke timidly. The real name of the World Master at the center of the human world is not known, but the leader outside the realm has always called him Qianyuanzi, and now this Qianyuan mountain range is the latter's residence. The Lord of Star Track Pavilion also said with an unusually solemn expression. This mountain range is surrounded by countless ancient restrictions, and even in the depths of the mountain range, there are huge blurred battlefields, temples exist, and the aura of various beasts is constant, which makes people tremble. Obviously, even if the center of the human world loses the three great masters, the foundation of the center of the human world has not been shaken. The most important thing is that Tian Yuanzi, who sees his head but does not see his tail, is planning what? Obliterate the alien race. Rule over the world and the evil races outside the territory, and become the great emperor of the ages? Or maybe they are planning for the ages, in order to attack the god of war under that legend. The world master at the center of the human world even ignores the life and death of the center of the human world. What is he secretly planning? All kinds of speculations are lingering in everyone's mind, but obviously these doubts will be completely revealed today. Operate separately, guide from the foot of the mountain, carefully search the mountains, and don't miss anything suspicious. Deep in the mountains, the temples of the gods meet 100 meters ago. Xiao Yang narrowed his eyes slightly, and immediately stared into the depths of the mountain range from a distance. For some reason, with Xiao Yang's current strength scanning the Qianyuan mountain range, there was still a sense of dizziness. And according to his previous soul exploration, the place where the second elder Xiao Bao was imprisoned should be in an isolated island in the world of flames, but not in the current mountain range. It was just the shadow detected at that time that made Xiao Yang quite uneasy. There are many strange auras in this mountain range, be careful. In an instant, the angel Queen Qing Yuan, surrounded by several blazing angels, spoke slightly. Her voice was filled with a rare doubt, and she obviously felt the same puzzlement as Xiao Yang. Boom. The next moment, when the two powerhouses of the Endless Flame Alliance just moved apart and tried to search for the mountain range, the temperature in the mountain range suddenly plummeted, and an extremely gloomy and icy aura rushed toward the face. At the same time, many shrines deep in the mountains suddenly sounded harsh sounds, as if calling for something to be built. Dong dong dong. Pub Future adds. Suddenly, before everyone could fully react, a violent wave of energy was transmitted from the high altitude of the temples, like a surging wave, viciously impacting the elite teachers under the Endless Flame Alliance. Even if these powerhouses are talented and powerful, they are still affected by the strange fluctuations, and they fall to the ground like a horse on their backs. It seems that under the impact of that kind of power, the power of reincarnation has nothing to do with it. Fight back. What power is this? Numerous figures swayed around, looking up and looking at the source of the strange power, but they could not determine the specific source. Boom. A strange voice sounded at one time, and the impact hit people's hearts directly, destroying the beliefs in everyone's hearts little by little. What happened? At this moment, the Golden Dragon King and the others also turned their attention to the collapsed coalition forces at the rear. It was an invisible energy fluctuation. Even with Xiao Yang's soul perception, it was impossible to detect, and the energy fluctuation range was extremely wide, covering the entire Qianyuan mountain range impressively. The first energy shock was too sudden, causing the powerful people on both sides to turn their backs. The second shock made everyone uneasy. The third impact, the top of the entire Qianyuan mountains seemed to have a dazzling scorching sun rising. With the impact of the third energy, the many ancient palaces quietly standing in the depths of the Qianyuan mountains also slowly woke up like living creatures. Could it be that in addition to your three strange places in the center of the human world, there are other 9-layer reincarnation-level powerhouses, or demigod powerhouses? Feeling the intensifying violent energy, The Golden Dragon King and Xiao Tianming exclaimed at the same time, wondering. That kind of power is too strange and mysterious, and they can't intervene forcibly, so they can only ask aloud. Impossible. The main force of the human world center is the three strange places. Even if the human world center is suspicious by nature, it is impossible to find so many elites. In the face of the inquiries from the Golden Dragon King and others, the two masters of the Star Track Pavilion denied it in unison. Their disguise in the center of the human world has always been very good, and they naturally know the background of the center of the human world. All the sources of energy come from this strange scorching sun. Xiao Yang ignored the doubts around him, but slowly raised his head. The 9 colored flames in his body slowly rose, and Fenju's exercise route was quietly running. Fluctuation. That power seems to be mixed with some kind of fluctuation that Xiao Yang is very familiar with, and it is also a holy flame. Boom. The scorching sun in the sky swayed again, and immediately countless golden-red energy ripples materialized in an instant, falling from the sky like a downpour, mercilessly photographing the crowd. Even at a great distance, everyone could clearly feel the terrifying power contained in the golden-red energy ripples, and all of them were immediately shocked. Angel Holy Pilgrimage. Facing such a strange scene, many angels around Qing Yuan sang ancient and long angel whispers at the same time, and then a mirror-like angel barrier emerged, forcibly sheltering everyone. The place where the golden-red flame ripples spread. The entire Tianyuan mountains shook completely, and even the ancient stone paths that existed in those mountains were covered with countless tiny cracks. It can be seen that this kind of energy attack is fierce. In the scorching sun, there is someone. Everyone's safety has just been sheltered, but I don't know who suddenly said something. With the appearance of the fourth energy shock, the golden-red scorching sun in the sky became extremely dazzling, and the scorching temperature actually deeply stinged the skin, flesh, and even the soul of all the strong people present. But even so, there seems to be a black spot that is rapidly expanding in the scorching sun. The black spot drove the scorching sun to fall vertically from the endless height, and suddenly fell to the position of Xiao Yang and the others. At that moment, it was like a ruler in charge of life and death descending from the sky, trying to punish and judge Xiao Yang and the others. The black spot of the visitor drives the dazzling scorching sun to fall vertically, and the terrifying power that shakes the world makes the body tremble. This is 9 Heavens Jushenyan, ranked 6th on the Holy Flame list. Looking at this scene, Rao's complexion became heavy because of the rich experience of the Golden Dragon King. Now all the holy flames in the Great Thousand Worlds seems to be only the 6th holy flame with a faint divinity, and the 2nd holy flame as powerful as the Holy King has no divinity. The word divinity not only represents the supreme authority of Doshan, but also represents invincibility. It was calm here just a moment ago. Who would have thought that the situation here would become so anxious? The golden-red scorching sun is extremely shining, and once it falls, it is as huge as a moving active volcano. The shocking picture and endless scorching power are enough to make any strong person faint. This kind of flame will hurt you and me a lot, so you can't take it hard. Looking at the motionless Xiao Yang, Qing Yuan, the Golden Dragon King, and Xiao Tianming, they spoke at the same time. Although Qing Yuan's strength is only at the peak of the 9 reincarnation rank, but with the Angel Holy Soul, the Angel Scepter, and the Holy Flame of the Angel Clan, the latter's effect is probably not comparable to the semigod rank powerhouse. Don't worry, it's just a little trick. Just as Xiao Yang's voice fell, his entire body poured into the sky, his whole body shone with scorching gorgeous flames, like an ancient ***** of war, standing proudly right above the coalition army out of thin air. Resist such a devastating blow. Boom. The vertically falling scorching sun swooped down, but after feeling the majestic aura around Xiao Yang's body, the black dots in it slowly shook, and immediately drove the entire golden-red scorching sun into a stalemate in mid-air. A circle of vast energy continues to overflow from it, and the momentum is appalling. The scorching sun is deforming. Everyone was stunned to see such a bizarre scene, and some of them were surprised. There seems to be some kind of aura that is quickly waking up. Qing Yuanyu held the angel's scepter tightly, and the 12 angel wings behind her slightly stirred, but they couldn't stop the aura from awakening. The golden-red bright sun began to slowly twist, disintegrate, and deform. A giant-like arm suddenly stretched out from the originally round scorching sun, the body bones, and even a face covered with endless dust appear. The golden-red scorching sun trembled in an instant, and then a behemoth was born. Behind it, the golden-red scorching sun blessed behind it like a round of sacred corona, increasing its power to the extreme. It seems that it is the real master of this world. In the ancient records of the center of the human world, There was once a guardian spirit in the center of the human world, named Tianhuang, ancient god. That is invincible, an existence that is almost immortal. Is it the guy in front of you? The two masters of the Star Trek pavilion looked at each other, and there was some deep fear in their eyes. The strength of this guy is probably not comparable to Samsara. The golden-red scorching sun crown surrounds the ancient ***** of Tianhuang. The latter's huge body, hundreds of meters high, is like a splendid temple suspended in the air. The scorching sun shines in the temple, so that no one can face it. The body of the ancient ***** of desolation is quite strange. The whole body seems to be composed of circles of golden rock layers. The arms and limbs have the same structure as human beings. There is always an unstoppable shock. A guardian spirit that only existed in the ancient times was intercepted in front of everyone out of thin air, and the pervasive defense and brilliant divine power of the latter trembled everyone present. Even if they haven't fought yet, just with such a vast divine might, it has caused everyone to lose their fighting spirit, let alone fighting. It stands in the air, overlooking the entire Tianyuan mountains like a ruler who defies all rules. After a short while, its eyes gradually locked on Xiao Yan, Xiao Tianming, and the Golden Dragon King. Obviously, among the many powerhouses present, only these three could make him feel a little uneasy. But even Xiao Yang and the three did not let it show any panic. Because of its pride, because of its divine power, it has always maintained a detached attitude. The Xiao clan, the Kingdom of Angels, and the Endless Flame Alliance are really great works. The next moment, in the void behind the ancient gods, suddenly there was a passage like a crack in the abyss, in which the black mist churned, and a strange shadow stood in it. Sneered at the mortals who tried to break in here. The World Master at the center of the human world. As soon as this strange shadow appeared, a monstrous murderous intent broke out among the coalition forces. This guy is not Tian Yuanzi, the central World Master of the human world, but he has extremely strong energy fluctuations. It seems to be a spiritual body. Feeling the pitch-black shadow on the edge of the abyss, a round of angel light circles behind Qing Yuan was extremely brilliant, and the angel scepter in his hand was also blooming with its brilliance. After only a brief moment, he gained insight into some key information and said in one fell swoop, "Spiritual body?" With the appearance of this new term, everyone was slightly surprised. The structure of the spiritual body is quite special. It has long been lost in the Great Thousand Worlds. It is said that only the 9th-level spiritual palace and the power of the soul can reach the peak level of the immortal ascension boundary. Qing Yuan shook his head and explained, "Where's Tian Yuanzi? Return my second elder of the Xiao clan, otherwise, today, the center of the human world will definitely become lifeless." Xiao Yang's expression turned cold, and his high-pitched voice spread to every corner of the world. Now the huge Tianyuan mountains are dead silent. Apart from this ancient guardian spirit of the heavenly desolate god and this strange shadow, there is no aura, which makes Xiao Yang, who has always been vigilant, a little uneasy. The center of the human world has always held the status of the overlord of the world. Even if the three great places and other forces no longer exist, Xiao Yang does not believe that Tian Yuanzi will be captured so easily. The soul of the gods is indeed very strong. But, if you want to see the master, you still need to pass this last level. Please enjoy the prosperous world I have prepared for you. The strange black shadow's voice gradually became icy cold, and then the body slightly bent, and bowed down to respect the ancient ***** of the sky. Boom. The worship of the strange shadow seems to have triggered even more vast energy fluctuations. The blazing sun behind the ancient **** of heaven trembled violently, and the golden-red tidal wave of flames hit the defensive barrier cast by Qing Yuan without reservation. Suddenly, some people with unstable minds fainted instantly, and even Qing Yuan's face became pale in an instant. The golden-red flames shone to every corner of the Tianyuan mountains, and it seemed that the present place had completely evolved into a real execution ground. "Your Majesty, the divine flame is enough to ignore our defenses, and we cannot support it." Several well-positioned archangels supported Qing Yuan at the same time, and immediately said humbly, "Angel blessing, anti-curse, attack curse." Looking at such a grim situation, the angelic soul behind Qing Yuan burned, and with the latter's angelic wings, an ancient and long angelic incantation slowly sang out. Gulu. The blessing of the Queen of Angels is indeed well-deserved. Even if Qing Yuan is only performing a simple blessing without using the power of holy flame to perform the most extreme blessing, it will greatly reduce the pressure of the coalition forces and greatly increase the power of offense and defense. Be optimistic about the coalition, Let me come here. Tian Yuanzi, keep your eyes open, my descendants of the Xiao clan have come to take revenge. As soon as Xiao Yang's voice fell, his entire body suddenly rose into the air, an ancient object on the palm of his hand slowly flickered, and a terrifying coercion that shook the world suddenly bloomed. The energy fluctuation of this level has already reached the realm of real magic. The growth rate of this kid is embarrassing. Seeing the anger rising from Xiao Yang's chest, and the 33 distinct holy patterns flashing on the flame god cauldron at the same time, the two golden dragon kings couldn't help but take a deep breath and laughed helplessly. Except for the missing nightmare flame, the saint flame controlled by the world lord in the center of the human world, and the mysterious and unpredictable first saint flame, all the remaining saint flame saint patterns were taken by Xiao Yang, the endless flame alliance and others. And so on in the bag. Today's Xiao Yang can be said to be the real emperor of flames. This video will end here.